Hello everyone, myself Alok Kumar. I am assistant professor in Government College of Engineering, Dharmapuri. So here we will see next topic, that is lexical analysis. So here we will see the role of lexical analyzer. So lexical analyzer is the first phase of compiler. Its main task is to read the input characters and it produces as output a sequence of tokens that the parser use for syntax analysis. Syntax analysis is the next phase of compiler. So here you can see from this diagram, here lexical analyzer is taking input as source program and it is producing tokens as output. And here this one is the next phase of the compiler, that is parser, and parser calls for getting next token to lexical analyzer. After that, lexical analyzer produces that token to the parser phase, and after that this parser is whatever be the output, it produces to the next phase, that is semantic analysis. And here you can see this one is a symbol table that is attached to both the analyzer, that is lexical analyzer and parser analyzer. Next, here we will see what are the reasons to separate lexical analyzer and parsing, or here we will say this one as syntax analyzer. So here some reasons are there. So that is so first one we can say here, to make the design simpler, and next one to improve the efficiency of the compiler and to enhance the computer portability. So these are the reasons, that's why we have separated lexical analyzer and syntax analyzer. Now we will see what are tokens, patterns and lexemes. So a token is a pair of token name that can be either identifier, keywords, punctuator also, operators or literals, and an optional token value. And pattern, a pattern is a description of the form that lexemes of a token can take. And lexeme definition is a sequence of characters in the source program that matches the pattern for a token. So all these we will see with the help of one example. So here suppose we have taken this one, this suppose was first token is if. So here this pattern, here we are saying characters I and F, both are the characters. So here the lexeme we will say this one is if, and here next token is else, and the informal description or we can say pattern will be characters E, L, S, E, and sample lexemes, here we can say lexeme will be else for this one. Suppose here next token is ID, so the description we can say or pattern, that is letter followed by letters and digit. This one is the pattern of identifier. And lexeme we will say either identifier can be pi, score or D2 or whatever identifier name we are giving. Next token, suppose one is number. So here the description we can say or pattern, that is a numerical constant. And sample lexemes we can say here like 3.14, 159 or 0, or suppose 6.02 E23, either in exponential we are giving. So that also we are saying as number. So these, suppose we have taken these token and this one is the informal description pattern we are saying, and these are the lexemes. Suppose we are taking one example, x equals to a plus b into 2. So here we can say lexemes are x, this equal to a plus b multiplication and 2. So these are lexemes, and the corresponding tokens or tokens for this example will be first x we are saying as identifier, so short we have kept ID, and this attribute value we are giving suppose 0. Next is token is equal to, and this one is next identifier is a, so ID, and next attribute value we have given for this one 1. Next is plus, next identifier is b, so ID 2, this one is multiplication, and 2 is next identifier, that is we have given attribute value as 3. Now attributes for token, suppose we generate tokens. So now what attributes are may be there. So some tokens have attributes that can be passed back to the parser. The lexical analyzer collects informations about the tokens into their associated attributes. So it can be like constant, suppose. So here that is constant mean the value of the constant. Or second is identifiers. So that is pointer to the corresponding symbol table entry. So these are we can say as attributes value. So suppose for example we are saying one example E equals to mc square. So we have mentioned this one E equal to m into c, and this one is exponential operator, and 2 this one we can see in Python. So this one is id, E for identifier we are saying id, and pointer to symbol table entry for E. So this one is the attribute value. And this one is assignment operator equal to, we are saying assign op, assignment operator. After that m, that is identifier, and the entry we are pointed to symbol table entry for m for this one. After that this multiplication operator is there. After that c, this one is again identifier pointed to the symbol table entry for c. After that this one is exponential operator. So this one exponential operator. After that 2, this one is number and integer value to 2. So this one is this constant, and identifier this one pointer to the symbol table entry. So now here we will see lexical phase errors. So what types of errors can occur in lexical phase? So here these errors are detected during the lexical analysis phase. So these typical lexical errors are, like we can say, exceeding length of identifier or numeric constants. Next one, it may be like appearance of illegal characters, or we can say unmatched strings also may also be the lexical error. Suppose we are taking one example like printf geeks for geek, and this one we are so here the lexical error is, since an illegal character, this dollar is appearing at the end of a statement. Suppose we are taking one example, next example, this is a comment, and here what is this extra, this is there, or we can say this is an lexical error since the end of comment is present but beginning is not present. Suppose we are mentioning comment, so beginning of comment is not present, so that's why this one is the lexical error. Next here this one is error recovery strategies in lexical analysis. So whatever strategies are there in error recovery that are deleting an extraneous character. Suppose any extra character is coming at the time, we will delete that one. Next is inserting a missing character. Suppose we are inserting a missing character, then also we can do error recovery. Replacing an incorrect character by a correct character, or we can do transforming two adjacent characters. So like that manner also we can do error recovery in lexical analysis. And next is panic mode recovery. In this one, deletion of successive characters from the token until error is resolved. So we delete the characters successive manner until until error is resolved. So up to the time we will delete the successive characters. Now here we will see specification of tokens. So in theory of computation, or TOC, regular expressions are used to formalize the specification of tokens. So regular expression are means for specifying regular languages. That these topics I think you have already seen in theory of computation. So for example, suppose we are saying for regular, this one is a regular expression for identifier letter or digit ka clean star. So here we can see each regular expression is a pattern specifying the form of a string. Okay, so here we this one regular expression. So each regular expression R denotes a regular language LR, we can say. Here the rules that define the regular expression over some alphabets, input alphabet sigma, and the languages that those expressions denote. Suppose we are saying this empty is a regular expression, or we can say language is having empty string only. So if A is a symbol in input alphabet, then A can be a regular expression for that language. We can say A. Suppose we are saying R and S are two regular expressions denoting the language LR and LS, then these properties may hold. So suppose R or S is a regular expression, this one. So we can say the regular language will be LR union LS, the combination of both. So and next one is, suppose RS is there, is a regular expression denoting the language LR concatenation with LS. Next is R star, R clean star is the regular expression denoting LR star. So these are the some rules in regular expressions. Now next is regular definitions. So suppose we are giving names to regular expression is referred to as regular definition. If sigma is an input alphabet of basic symbols, then a regular definition is a sequence of definitions of the form. Suppose we are saying D1 R1, D1 generating R1, D2 R2, and so on. Suppose Dn Rn. So here we can say, suppose Di is a distinct name, all are distinct name, and Ri is a regular expression over the alphabet. Input alphabet we say sigma, and that is Ri is combination of sigma union, and this one is D1, D2 up to Di minus 1. Okay, so suppose we are taking one example. So here we can say identifier is a set of strings of letters and digits beginning with a letter. Suppose this one is one example. How we write regular expression for a identifier, that is letter and letter or digits clean star. So this one you can see from this one. ID means identifier, letter or letter, and this one concatenation with letter or digit clean star. So letter, we have defined this one. Letter is either A to Z, and in small also A to Z. Digits are from 0 to 9. Okay, so this one is the regular definition of this identifier. Identifier is letter or digit clean star. So next topic we will see in next lecture. Thank you.